I'm Shona Jennings, Distillery Ambassador at the Dalmore.
Could you tell me a little bit about Dalmore Distillery?
Well, we're situated on the Cromarty Firth. We're half an hour north of Inverness, so we're a Highland Whisky. Right on the shores of the Cromarty Firth, which is seawater, so we're getting a lot of the saltiness in the air into our warehouses from the natural seawater there. But very much our water coming down from the local hills just above us, from Loch Moree.
You described yourself as a Highland Whisky. Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Well, I think in terms of style, we're perhaps not as light as a Speyside whisky. As I said, we're by the sea, so we're still getting some of the saltiness from the sea air. We're a non-peated whisky at Dalmore, but we get our water from high on the hills above us, from Loch Moree, coming down to the River Alness. So coming through peated land, but not using a peated barley.
Deanston is also a Highland distillery, but the Highlands seems to cover a very large area. What might be the differences between whiskies from up here and maybe down there?
I think as you go further north, you're going to get probably more strength of character in the whiskies. We have distilleries very close to us, 20 minutes north and south of us, and we're all very unique. So in terms of style, I think it's very difficult to pinpoint what exactly would be a Highland whisky. But I think definitely we're starting to see more character in this area due to the position where we are, close to the sea. The uniqueness of our stills really is what makes Dalmore different.
That raises another question I wasn't going to ask, but I will. People talk about Islay or Speyside with lots of distilleries, but this little run from Inverness up to Wick is quite interesting for whisky, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We're not like Speyside, or we're not heavily condensed with distilleries, but we're, due to the nature, I think, of the layout of the land, we have a flow of whiskies coming up from Speyside, if you like, from Perthshire, quite evenly spaced out, quite evenly balanced, and all very different.
What sets Dalmore apart? What's particularly different about Dalmore?
At Dalmore, we're very proud of the fact that we have an unbalanced distillation system, that our stills are very, very unique. They're different shapes, different sizes, and from this is what we get the true strength of character in our new make spirit. So very robust, very flavoursome, definitely a strength of character there that when we lie down into the bourbon barrels, we're already starting with an excellent flavoursome product.
And finally, can I ask you to pick two of your favourites and explain why?
Two of my favourites, well, as anyone who knows me or has been to any of the tastings will know that the 15 is without a doubt my favourite. I just love the smoothness of the 15. I think value for money, it's outstanding. I love it without adding water. I think it's perfect as it is. It's beautiful after dinner. It goes lovely with dark chocolate, with burnt sugar. So any rich, creamy desserts, it works perfectly well with. But it's also just a great whisky for drinking every day. We launched Seti this year, which is a 30-year-old malt whisky. It's a limited edition, 1,000 bottles only. We're about to taste it, and I think you'll agree it's very unusual, very unique, very light, very tropical, and for a 30-year-old it's outstanding. It's just really different, and I think you're going to enjoy it.